I was left alone. My parents left me alone just to draw. And I drew, constantly from the time I could hold a pencil. And right from the very first, I was fascinated with scenario. Because in effect, I was creating my own world.
His stuff's not silly, like a lot of science fiction illustration. His stuff is well thought out, based on what he knows and continues to learn. And you get the feeling it's realistic. I mean, it's not just a hodgepodge, but it could be. It's real.
If people are in the image business, and that includes practically the entire structure of commercial business, at some point in time, whether it's packaging, designing a car, designing a hat, or a pair of shoes, or a motorcycle, somewhere it has to start with an image, because the people that don't know how to draw have to agree that that's what they're going to make. In my mind, I'm really making a still shot for like a continuing story that may never be made into anything other than just that picture.
It's believable, it's stylish, it feels like it has gone through an evolutionary process to reach this design level. And the only place it has done that evolutionary process is in Sid's head.
Expression that I use quite often, that I would say applies perfectly to Sid Mead's illustration and design, is that it reminds you of something you've never seen before.
If you understand the problem and you've learned, a modicum of graphic rules, then you can be a graphic designer one week, and the next week you're working on a car or a yacht or an airplane or something like that. Or a can opener, it doesn't matter.
I think a designer's a designer. I didn't see why he must be stuck just doing one narrow area of design.
When he creates something and he draws it on paper, he visualizes that really can happen, that it's a shape that is possible, it's a shape that can be done and will be done. And of course, some of his stuff that he did way back in the 50s in the U.S. Steel catalogs are just now happening.
The nature of time, which in my mind was infinitely expandable, but at the same time it's discrete. The seconds tick by at a steady pace, but perceptually time can stretch. I mean, you can dream a whole adventure in a split second in your sleep. Nothing exists all by itself on a white sheet of paper. Products are being held or used or sitting on display. So I always think of whatever I'm designing as a part of a scenario.
He's smart, and he can envision a future, and that future, I think, is a happy place. I think the future world of Sid Mead is a very happy place to go to.
If I want a design project, I'll actually dream about it. I'll see stuff in my dreams and relate to the project.
I've never seen an illustrator like Sid, and I've never seen the grand designs that he's put out, not just car designs, it's a step farther than that. So Sid's influence can't be measured.
No matter where you go, whether it's Italy, or whether it's China, or whether it's Australia, if you're in the field of art, you know who Sid Mead is.
He reminds me of that odd combination of people, as though he was a man born for the 18th century, and we fast-forwarded him in the 21st century while he was in the 20th. So he's a man whose output became more associated with the next century, with the future, but at heart, he was almost an 18th or 19th century man.
I think a man like Sid Mead will still play a very significant role in the future technology of our world. And if people are smart, they will use him in films too. But I think his films are images of our reality. He is our reality.
But it's going to be swell. It's going to be swell.